The sages think themselves to be all-knowing, but we alone are wise to the virtue in those acts of folly. In this war, not even a single pawn may be spared. Because on this chessboard, checkmate is not where the game ends.
We are gathered here today to remember our dear comrade. In honor of her sacrifice, all work should halt for half a day as the nation mourns her passing.
Merely half a day? People say the Northland Bank's true currencies are blood and tears. But Mayor, even speaking as a banker, that sounds a little unconscionable.
Rosaline died in a foreign land. But you heartless businessmen and dignitaries, always with a convenient excuse to remain in the comfort of your homeland, you couldn't hope to understand. So why don't you keep your mouths shut? We don't want to make the children cry.
Hey, come on now. Even I don't think this is the right time or place for a fight.
Very fun. But it's not enough. Let me make something clear. You think of yourselves as magicians, but when you're on the stage, you're first and foremost actors. Good actors hone their craft to mesmerize the whole crowd. Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party. I assume you see it the same way, Miss Furina? Lady Furina?
Yes, that's right. Just like you said, a tea party. I should thank you for providing the pastries. They look delectable. To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited someone else to join us today.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally, there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Iudex to me.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine, and I'm told that the children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care of by you. Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand. The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood, perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. There's no getting around that. All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent years. The people are well off and the children lead happy, fulfilled lives. That is something truly worth cherishing, and no one wishes to disrupt such peace.
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of child, correct?
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Iudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with diplomatic pleasantries, and hopes that we can get straight to the point of our talk. Yes, as you surmised, understanding child's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip. As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya, as well as Fatui Harbingers, Child and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve the issue. So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Child be turned over to Snezhnaya. We have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontaine and resolve what has happened to him together.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled. I apologize for being unable to grant your request.
An outright refusal. Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontaine's courts, just as I respect you as Chief Justice. Okay, why don't we back up a step? You don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request to enter the Fortress of Meripede to see Child and confirm his condition. It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple request like that. Right, Miss Furina?
About that.
The Fortress of Meripede has always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse. However, if you absolutely must confirm the situation of the Harbinger, I have a proposal.
That's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the trouble he has caused? Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Furina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you! You dare to run from me? Stop right this instant!
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Furina to be handed to me on a silver platter. This is so easy, it's actually making me a bit suspicious. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the bait. After all, from the moment it was attached to the hook, the bait is meant to be sacrificed. It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydronosis is not currently held by the Archon. In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And I sense that she's under some kind of curse.
Who are you? And what are you trying to do? Please don't kill me! I'm begging you, please!
The fear in her pupils is genuine. So perhaps she's not bait after all. Either way, targeting her has lost all meaning. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Focalor. I suspect even Furina dares not mention this incident to anyone. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Furina quietly cried alone. She was so scared that she could not sleep that night, nor could she even bring herself to eat her cake. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. Perhaps Iudex Neuvillette is actually the genuine article. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively, it might have been hidden in a place that's hard for ordinary people to access.
Yes, Father.
My dear children, please speak.
News from the Fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we bribed at the fortress have all gone quiet as well.
Probably the handiwork of that Ridesley.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. The value of a Harbinger is much higher than most would imagine. We now have an excuse to exert diplomatic pressure on the Fontaine authorities. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but I can use it to make a breakthrough. With this as my excuse, I can ask for an official audience and continue my investigation of Furina and Iudex Neuvillette. The initiative belongs to the House of the Hearth. My wish to investigate the fortress of Meropide will be a front. Linny and his group will be responsible for the actual intelligence gathering. On occasion, we hold barbecue dinners at the house. They hunt for food, compete with each other, even cooperate. They enjoy participating in activities like that, and the feeling is mutual. After all, it's always possible certain familiar faces will be missing from the crowd the next time a similar event rolls around.
Something has come up, and since it pertains to Cyrus and Sino, I deemed it essential to inform you all.
It was a great plan, shrouded in secrecy. We all gathered around and celebrated the revival of our Lord.
That's how I gained my power.
The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent someone to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project.
Project Stuja?
Participating in the plan will lose a lot of members in the process.
I did not anticipate we would meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis.
If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Neuvillette, unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine. Transfixed! Everlasting as the moon! I want you to become the next king of the house, yet you seem to have different ideas.
I'm not saying I have all the answers, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family.
Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water.
I'll make sure it's drained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form. Good things come to children who do as they're told, so I do hope you decide to tag along.
There are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down.
I don't want to disobey an order from Father.
So why? Why have you backed us into a corner?
No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. You were born into this world all alone. But here in the House of the Hearth, you will grow up to be strong. Your goal is to learn, to compete, to defeat all your brothers and sisters in battle, and become king. Where's Perware? Didn't she want to hear the story?
Excuse me, Mother. She's doing a funeral for her spider.
That child. Maybe her curse is flaring up again. Clairvy, see to her.
Oh, okay. I want cake. You want some?
Sure. You must know spiders don't eat cake.
Oh, yeah, I know.
The birds soar from their cage. Sunbeams filter through the foliage. Flames grow with immortal courage. And I hope you won't be tainted by fate. Nothing to fear, so go alone. Do mothers usually argue with their daughters?
I heard that in Snezhnaya, colored light dances in the sky at night. When we're grown up, shall we go see it together? You will be a great king.
I should have pruned this flower long ago. Not waited till it wilts. How grotesque. Wouldn't you agree? Innocence and kindness are such beautiful qualities. Sadly, they're all so useless! Never fly the nest. You are no exception.
Stay awake, don't fall asleep. The way is long and the gloom is deep. Embers glowed in the hearth, still
Surrender. Let your mother guide you, and you shall become the one true king!
My answer is no.
She killed the Harbinger? Shh.
Her Majesty the Tsaritsa has decreed as follows. I hereby pardon your crimes and bestow upon you a new name. This title and its legacy of bloodshed are now yours to bear, my poor, mad, cursed knave.
Come with me. I will raise you as my child, like a strict and unfeeling father.
I'm sorry, Father. I was reckless. When I saw those emaciated patients, those poor children, the futile hope in their eyes.
I've told you before, recklessness always leads to failure. But it was not wholly in vain. I shall settle the rest.
Ah, those fools. They will never know the wonders of wealth. Huh?
Father, your face
Tremine, we can take in a few more homeless children next year. I have acquired some new funds.
Oh, okay.
Mission accomplished. You can sleep now.
Thank you. Once I'm better, I'll start my next mission.
Those who parade their virtues often do the most evil. We are not like them. Rest in peace, Snezhevna, my child. Legend has it that long ago, the long nights were the den of dangers untold. The children would huddle at home and light the hearth, awaiting the adults' return.
A spark cannot shatter all shadows until it sets all ablaze. Or else, to the other end of light, lie still bleak shades.
To play by the fireplace. So let us continue to use the name House of the Hearth. Still, its flame is no longer needed, for you have the strength to defend yourselves.
The fourth of the Fatui Harbingers, a formidable Snezhnayan diplomat and a ruthless assassin. This is the most you can hope to glean about Arlecchino, if you know the right people to ask. But if you go one step further and gain the acceptance of a certain group of children, you'll learn about her most important identity of all, a father.
This will be a productive partnership, I hope.
As an intelligence operative, Arlecchino prefers more covert means of attack. But don't expect her to shy away from unleashing her raging flames in broad daylight, if the situation calls for it. Arlecchino's normal attack can combo up to 6 spear strikes, dealing physical damage to enemies. Her charged attack consumes a fixed amount of stamina to dash toward an enemy and deliver a single slash. Continue holding the attack button, and she moves rapidly for a short period, at the cost of further stamina. With her elemental skill, Arlecchino commands Bale Moon Bloodfire to deal pyro damage to nearby enemies. She then charges at one of them and delivers a further slash, dealing AoE pyro damage. Enemies struck by her elemental skill will receive a Blood Debt directive for a set period. Blood Debt directive deals up to 2 rounds of pyro damage at set intervals. The damage dealt is considered elemental skill damage. Using her charged attack, or elemental burst causes Arlecchino to absorb and clear nearby Blood Debt directives. Each directive absorbed grants her a bond of life worth a percentage of her max HP. There is a limit to the total bond of life that can be gained in this way. If her elemental skill is used again within a certain time, the directive's duration is recalculated, as is the maximum bond of life that they can confer. The Crimson Moon bloodline etched into Arlecchino's life brings her pain, but also power. When her bond of life is greater than or equal to a certain percentage of her HP, she enters the mask of the Red Death state, converting her normal, charged, and plunging attack damage into pyro damage that cannot be overridden. While in this state, when Arlecchino's normal attack hits an enemy, the damage dealt is increased by an amount based on her attack and her current bond of life percentage. A portion of her bond of life is then consumed. Consuming bond of life in this way shortens the cooldown of her elemental skill, All is Ash. After unlocking the talent Agony Alone May Be Repaid, when Arlecchino's elemental skill applies a Blood Debt directive to an enemy, it is upgraded after a period of time to Blood Debt Due, which grants her more bond of life when absorbed. Additionally, defeating enemies with Blood Debt directives will grant her a large amount of bond of life. There is a limit to the total bond of life that can be gained in this way.
This is where you fall.
Arlecchino's elemental burst unleashes wings of Bale Moon Bloodfire, dealing AoE pyro damage, clearing her elemental skill's cooldown, and restoring her HP based on her attack and her bond of life value. Due to her passive talent, the Bale Moon Alone May Know, while in combat, Arlecchino gains a pyro damage bonus and can heal only by using her elemental burst, Bale Moon Rising. When HP is low, she can unleash her elemental burst against a group of enemies to deal pyro damage, clear the cooldown on her elemental skill, and recover HP. She is a father children can depend on. The family exists thanks to her. After unlocking the passive talent Strength Alone Can Defend, all elemental and physical resistance is increased for Arlecchino, based on the amount of attack she has beyond a certain value. There is a limit to the increase that can be gained in this way. The seat of 4th Harbinger honors Arlecchino's past achievements and serves as clear confirmation of her combat prowess. With mastery of the Bond of Life, the bloodthirsty flame she wields is a foreboding sight to her foes. She starts the battle by using her elemental skill to apply Blood Debt directives to enemies. At an opportune moment, she uses a charged attack to absorb the directives, gaining Bond of Life and entering the Mask of the Red Death state, in which she dishes out pyro damage with her enhanced normal attack. When energy is full, she uses her elemental burst to deal pyro damage to enemies, while healing herself and also clearing her elemental skill cooldown. Then she goes on a final offensive streak, turning her foes to ash by the searing light of the blood-red moon. Neither a dark sun nor a red moon is seen as a good omen by this world's standards. Things certainly did not end well for the dynasties that took them as their respective emblems. So when someone has a recurring dream featuring the sight of a crimson moon, she should beware. In my long journey, I have seen many fight to defy fate. Arlecchino is one of them. And she seems to have succeeded. The fiery blood that corrodes her flesh has eaten away, too, at the shackles that once bound her. When a blood-red moon shines down from above, some see the face of death, while others see the roof over their heads.